Hi Virgo, welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Happy New Year, god fortsättning as we say in Swedish. This is going to be a love reading for the upcoming 2 weeks from today when I'm recording it on the 14th of January till the 27th, I think, of January. So we have passed the new moon in Aquarius, which is on the 24th of January. And I just want to bring that up because I feel it's so much beauty around that. I don't know, it's something with that new moon that is just sparkly. So set your intentions around that energy for whatever you want, but for love as well. I shuffled this deck before. I just want to a tiny bit more say that I use a new one today, which is the Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. It's still not a tarot reading. I only use the images to spark my own imagination and intuition and guidance. But if you see something in the cards, like if you see numbers, if you see, it says 10 of Cups, and I have no idea what that means. You know, listen to your own intuition, what that means to you, okay? If it doesn't jump out of me, I'm gonna just pick 3 cards, and those 3 cards gives me a bit of a story. And if there's something that's unclear, I'm asking for clarification. So this is for Virgo for the upcoming 2 weeks in love. And if you're feeling anything like I am, you're super psyched that we're on, like, in the new year. Yeah, I couldn't be happier to leave the last decade behind, to be honest. A lot of good things came out of it as well, but I'm happy to be in 2020. Let's see. 1. 2. I want that. 3. Wow. That's so interesting. I keep getting the same cards. I shuffle and shuffle and shuffle. I think the spirit team just wants to show me that you can shuffle all you want. The same cards are going to still come out. Of course, I see new things in them, though. Virgo. Okay, 8 of Michael. So 8... First of all, 8 of Michael might mean something, but 8 of Michael for me stands for just eternity. The 8 is just an internal and eternal symbol. And so that speaks for soul love for me, like soul, like a soulmate connection. It speaks about, I mean, you can't promise anybody eternal love, but I feel like at this stage in your life, you're probably ready for it. You're probably ready for not just if you're attracted to this specific reading, you probably won't like get a kick out of just keep dating or having multiple, relationships in a very short time. You sort of are probably longing for a committed relationship that you feel like it's long term. And I feel like the sense here with the 8 of Michael is that it is. There's something about you can be free. There's something about opening the floodgates, opening the gates to let it in. So I feel like there's somewhat a tiny bit of guardedness there on your part. Excuse me. Some sort of guardedness, but it's like you're stepping out and stepping out and stepping out and letting in and letting in and letting in. So not to dwell too much on the past, but I think that maybe it was a bit of a struggle for you in the past when it comes to love. And this card is just all beauty. You have the red roses around you. You have opened the gates. You have Archangel Michael with you, like standing right behind you, cheering you on. Michael for me stands for action, so it means that it's happening right now. We're stepping into this, Virgo. It's like we're stepping into the possibility of love. I don't feel like too much is coming out around committed people in love. So this reading, I just want to say right now, this reading probably won't resonate with you. Keep keep watching, keep listening, because you might always find out something that really, you know, could teach you something, but just so you don't get disappointed. I think it's more for the single Virgo, or the Virgo that has been sort of, I don't know, in and out with a person, and you might not be able to sort of let them go, or they might not be able to let you go. So let's see where it's going. 5 of Raphael. So 5 to me speaks about life path. So this person coming in, or you coming in to union with this person, it feels like it was always bound to happen. It was always supposed to happen. And it's something about, it says on the bottom, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. And I feel like that's the hardship you came from. We've stepped out of that now. That's what I mean. You're leaving that behind. And it's such a symbolic, like, so she's standing there in front of there, and she has opened all the presents, and she's turning her back to the presents. Is like, it doesn't really, you know, it didn't speak to her. It didn't really do it for her. And then she has set her eyes on the prize. Like, she has said, there's the big present, and I haven't opened it yet. Here's the divine guidance again coming in. It's Raphael. So Raphael talks about like healing old wounds, healing the emotional and mental body, and just, you know, so you feel ready. And you're all dressed in green, whether you're a man or a woman. This dress is in green, which means that it's almost like complete healing has taken place within you. And you're ready for this next present that's just, it's like you're glancing at it like, is that for me? Am I going to get that present? And then if you see on top of that, I just realized on top of that, there's a mirror. So probably it's a very mirroring relationship, which to me means that you really have, I mean, of course, there's always a mirroring relationship. You're always going to attract somebody that is very much in your vibe, in your vibration. But a mirroring relationship to me just means that whatever, it's very in sync with you. You're very in sync with yourself, which means you can attract now a person that's very in sync with you, right? So the groundwork is already done. It's like if you meet this person and it feels tough, it feels strong, it can feel strong, obviously, but if it feels heavy is the word that I'm looking for. It is not your person. It should feel easy, like it can feel strong. Don't get me wrong there. It can feel strong, but it should be easy and flow and effortless. If you have to effort anything, and I'm not saying it could be like, oh man, I met you at the worst timing in my life because I now have to go home and separate from my wife or husband, or, you know, you live in another country, or but I love my job and I can't move because my job is here. That's not what I'm talking about. It can still be things you need to work out, but the love between you guys is seamless. It's just flow, pure flow. Okay. And then we have yet another 8. An 8 of Ariel to me is just eternity in love. It's just, if you're anything like me, thinking stuff is tending to be a bit cheesy, this is on the border of cheese, which means that it's really true. It's really authentic and true. And it's like, it says here, practice makes perfect. And I'm drawn to those words, practice makes perfect. You've kissed a lot of frogs, guys. You kissed a lot of frogs. And now it's like 8 of Ariel. Like, Ariel to me stands for love, first of all. And then we have the pink border, which is all about love. And then we have the divine guidance. You have divine guidance in every card. Here we have Michael. Here we have Ariel. And here we have Raphael. So there's divine guidance. It's a divinely meant to be relationship, and it's coming in, and it's coming in. I mean, you can attract other people into your life, but those people maybe were there to teach you something. They were there for you to discover things that you probably maybe didn't even know you still had to work on, which it's the more tougher relationships, which are equally important, or you could have not been in this place. Like, we have to thank the douchebags that we've been with, that sort of has nicely come into your life. No matter how much, turmoil that has maybe, turned your life upside down, they really have taught you a lesson or 10 to look at yourself. And if you hadn't looked at yourself, you couldn't have by now, like this beautiful mirroring relationship, which is really talking to your authentic self, like who you truly are. And if you could have never reached who you truly are if you weren't for those other frogs that you had to kiss on the way. And I'm not saying that Virgo, you've met every single frog out there. You could have been in beautiful relationships as well. I'm just saying, practice makes perfect. It really stands out to me. It feels like whatever you've been in before, you asked for better, for improvement. You asked for yourself to be more understanding. You asked for somebody that really gets you, that really understands you. And I feel like they are here because you sort of, if other people, Virgo, I don't know if this is a really good metaphor or a really lousy one, but if other people really they wanted to be a surgeon, so they had to go through medical school, and I think it's 8 years or even more. It's like 5 years of, first they practice this for so many years, and then they read so many more years, and then they have to the practical stuff, and before they actually can get to do surgery on somebody, thank God. I feel like you probably have done the same, but in terms of love. It's like you've read the course. You really have invested in this. And so you know what you're talking about. You know what you want, and it's coming. It's coming, guys. I want some more cards here to just get more around this relationship that I feel like you're attracting right now. Some more around this relationship for Virgo. I love this. The first few, they were really like leaving each other, separating, maybe not being in such a good place. And although you need to hear that too, it's always nice to do a reading for somebody like, oh, here comes love, and it's going to be so yummy. It's what you planned for. It's what you've been waiting for. It's 8 of Michael and 8 of Ariel. So it's like in the life path just in between, which is the eternal love. So beautiful. Yeah, I just saw that now. Raphael with the number 5 there has a phoenix rising on his shirt. So he's coming in to say, I've been with you through it all, like really through like coming up again, rising again. Feels like no card wants to flip out of here. So just gonna draw. Whoops. 7 of Raphael. It flipped, but I won't take it. And another one. Sorry. King and Queen of Michael. It looks very Swedish. It's the Swedish flag, if you didn't know, is blue and yellow. It looks very Swedish. So some of you guys, obviously, if you're Swedish watching this, you will meet your Swedish person, woman or man. Even if you're overseas, you might actually be meeting a person internationally, like overseas somehow. it just shows me this is what you're looking at, the King and Queen of Michael. Like it's happening, you're coming together. She's sitting on her throne. He's like standing there being so sure of himself. Of course, it can be for however sexual preference you have, but this is like how it's portrayed, I guess. I rest my case. I sort of have nothing to say but show you the cards. King and Queen of Michael. It's him and her coming together. It's the little doves flying around them. They're equally sure in their solar plexus. The healing has been, has taken place. Yeah, it's almost equally as much. Just want to see if something stands out. I mean, she's covered in butterflies. She's like, around her, there's a ring of butterflies. So if that is like a caterpillar, which is larv in Swedish, that is a caterpillar for each butterfly. Oh my God, the changes you've made in the past. Like for each, it doesn't necessarily have, like you don't have to grow as a person through relationships. Every time you can grow through career, you can grow through having children, you can grow through through anything. You can really grow through anything to really come to understand yourself. And it seems like you've done some growth. Oh my goodness. So if I count them, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then there's yet two more, 12 and 13. It could talk about that there's 13 major life changes happening up until now. Like that you could, if you started to count, it's like, yeah, I've been through some stuff. That's true. But you've been through it. The point is that it's over. It's complete healing. It's over. And you're ready. It says on the bottom here, you can be free. Make courageous choice to change your situation. You can be free. You can let the person in, and here they are. Here they are. Yep. I have nothing more to say. I'm really happy with that. Okay, guys, I hope this helps and uplifts you. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful reading, Virgo. It looks like you're getting to meet your person that you're supposed to be with for eternity. So it probably is a soul contract. It's probably somebody that you've lived with many times before, over the course of your lifetimes, and you're coming together. And it speaks of eternity, life path. It's supposed to happen. It's bound to happen. Thank you so much for watching. Please come back in 2 weeks for your next love reading. In a week from now, I'm doing something. I'm changing things up to just give you the most, what I feel like you might need the most. So tune in for that if you want to. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Take care. Bye.